Hey, look out. It's the Tuesday edition of Faith Talk Live. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
And I was just kind of waiting for maybe them to pipe up since they're in improv, but that's okay. Whit Schiller and Juan DeVivo. It's almost like we've gotten the band back together again. Guys, how are you?
Has.
We've never, though, me and Whit have never been on at the same time.
No.
It's always been different.
This
Oh.
is going to be fun.
I wonder who decided that we would put you both together. That guy needs some type of neurological checkout or
At
something.
least a reprimand.
Well, we met before all of this, before I got connected with you guys. I forgot exactly how we met, Juan, but
That's the thing is, okay, the first thing I remember for real, I know we traded online, and then I met you. We did the Wisconsin State Fair in Milwaukee. Then we were like, hey, let's meet up at this coffee place. And that's the first time we met in person. But before that, it's kind of like, is that every online interaction? Is that the way it is? Like, I can't remember the first thing, but we just kind of, guess it's like a virtual cocktail party or something. I ran into them.
That's what we like to consider this as a virtual cocktail party. Shaken, not stirred. There you go.
Jesus' name, of course. Hey,
cool.
we've got Whit Schiller.
Cocktails are like Roy Rogers with the, ginger ale. And
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
cherry sauce.
Whit Schiller here, Fish Sticks Comedy, and also Juan DeVivo, a part of Casting Crowns, and also a part of Fish Sticks. So you guys met in Milwaukee. How in the world is that, like the crossroads of America? I mean, how did you meet?
yeah, I mean, St. Louis has tried to kind of hold on to that with the arch and the gateway to America, but clearly the United States flows through Milwaukee.
Yeah. Hello. Lots of stuff flows in Milwaukee. I mean, come on.
Lamille Mazel.
Yeah.
Now, Juan, what were you doing there? Was it like, were you at a stop waiting to get on another plane to go to a bigger city? I mean, what was the deal?
Wow.
So for my my day job, I tend to travel a lot. We don't stay in one place. So it was over the summer. We do a lot of state fairs over the summer, and one of the state fairs is in Milwaukee. Is it the Wisconsin State Fair? Because what's funny is Texas has like 5 state fairs. I think
Of
Georgia
course.
has 2.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Is this not the official state? So is that the official state fair?
It's the official one. There are some county ones, but yeah, I could probably walk to the state fair. I'd be winded, but I could walk there.
Huh. Whit
So
Schiller.
Crowns
Whit
was playing a
Schiller.
show? Yeah, sorry.
That's all right. That's the beauty of Zoom here.
The beauty of Zoom, yes.
Yeah. Whit Schiller and Juan DeVivo. Dan, you got something to ask him? I know. I can see it. I can see it by the look in your eye.
Well, Whit, you said that you guys met afterward. It was you were at the state fair, and then you met afterward at a coffee shop or something. Is that the actual story, or did you meet at the corn dog booth at the state fair, or where they fry up Snickers and stuff? Was it there that you met actually?
It wasn't. I mean, it was afterwards
Okay.
or in between. You guys got there and whatever and went to one of the local coffee shops. But yeah, we definitely have all of the fried Snickers, the fried butter, the chocolate bacon. Cream puffs are the big deal around
Cream
here.
puffs, yum.
State fair. Yeah,
And something
but,
with cheese too, I'm sure, right?
there's plenty of cheese
Plenty of
curds, and things like that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
but I think at some point, if you're over a certain age and you're there for too long, your cholesterol peaks. You gotta run. You gotta get out.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So it was not too far away, and the whole family ended up coming, which was nice.
Oh, that's
Wow.
cool.
For Juan.
Yeah,
My
everywhere
family
I
was not
go.
interested.
Yeah, exactly. Everywhere I go, the children and the wife go. Well, I mean, we were going to coffee, so my wife's really into coffee. It's really
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a palate cleanser after all I do Oreos. I do deep fried Oreos. That's
Yum.
I'm
That's
glad you
good.
said palate cleanser and nothing else, but
Well, after the state fair, you might need the other one as well.
Whit Schiller, Juan DeVivo. All right, so Whit, so you guys meet. Did you have any idea of the talent that this man holds? I mean, as far as improv, or what was the interview process for this guy, and why him?
Well, it's just been a constant search. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm convinced that no.
He still has no idea what kind of talent I have.
One of the things I have always appreciated about Juan is just like he just wants to learn hard this kind of stuff. He geeks out on this improv stuff, which I do too, because the deeper you get into it, it's really an interesting craft and personally revealing and all that kind of stuff. Plus, he's done stand-up for I don't know how long, and he's a funny dude. So we were just kind of getting together just to talk improv, and not much more than that, really, I don't think, just to get to know each other. And then we ended up starting in Atlanta, as you know, and Juan was part of that process. And, we started, and then it just continued to stay in touch, and then the world shut down, and let's find a way to kind of reconnect a little bit more. And we've been having a lot of fun together online. It's been really, really a cool thing.
Wow.
Now, Juan, sorry, my mind just completely went blank there.
Well, you're on the beach. You can't really.
I am at the beach, yeah, and I've had a few too many pina coladas already this morning. Improv is built, yeah, just mix it up for me. Improv is built, obviously, you play a lot of games. Do you have a favorite game that you like doing in improv, a favorite whatever?
Well, one we did, there's a bunch we've done. There's one where we do a conducted story. So I don't know if you haven't seen this you don't see this on Whose Line Is It Anyway? But we all line up, and then basically Whit will just point to somebody and he'll tell the story, and we'll get like a title of a story and start making it up, and he'll just kind of switch to each person. And then if we screw up, we start adding stuff onto it, like an accent or this person, who are they from, if you mess it up. And so you're telling this, it's always never a normal story. It's always like one time, the last time I did this, we were at a laundromat, and a lady centaur with wings. So I guess it's a lady Pegasus centaur or something. And those are the kind of plays. I love how they also just go off, take off. It's awesome.
That's interesting. Man. Yeah, those drugs that Whit took in the 80s, they really worked out well for him.
Lady centaurs with wings. Okay.
Whit Schiller and Juan DeVivo here on Zoom and on the radio, and we've got a couple of minutes before the break. After the break, in the next segment, what we'll do is we'll play a game. I'd love to see that. Is that on video anywhere, where you just kind of throw out those stories and then change it all of a sudden, or is that just something?
I don't know if we've got story online. It's a game that we play a lot of variations. Actually, we're playing that one online too, where that's been a kind of a regular part of our online lineup, and that actually works pretty well online. There's some games that don't, and that's one that actually I think works pretty well.
Now, is that something that we could do someday? Are we up to speed on that, or do we have to mature a little bit?
Well,
it's not an advanced technique that we don't know yet.
I think the answer to the last part, do you need to mature a little bit, is always going to be a yes. But maybe during the break we could talk about which game we play, and maybe we play that one instead. I don't know.
Hey, we could do that. I've always considered Whit kind of the younger brother I never wanted. I mean, I never had. Anyway.
Yikes.
Anyway, sorry about that.
Whit, I love you, Whit.
I know. That's why I'm glad your square is next to mine right now. I feel much
Brady
safer.
Bunch. You and me on the Brady Bunch together, buddy.
Right.
All right. So the last time we talked a little bit about you guys doing obviously online stuff. We've been talking about this segment as well. So I think you were doing something in Japan, if I remember correctly. Was that it? Did you already do that?
I did.
And let's talk about, there's a show tonight online. Let's talk about both of those.
All right. Well, they both tie together so neatly. So the show tonight is at 8 Eastern. So every Tuesday and Thursday we've been doing one, but tonight, Tuesday, Juan and I are both on this show. So if you like what you hear, tune in tonight. They're as free as you want. If you want to sign up and you need your bucks, that's just fine. And then we also have one on Thursday, and then we've been doing that through May. But the Japan thing was really kind of an interesting deal. There's been a flurry of activity among improvisers about getting connected with each other in different parts of the world. So I did a workshop for 11 or 12 Japanese improvisers, two of whom spoke really good English, one pretty good, and the rest either not at all or not so much. But it was really interesting to share and teach with them. We had some translation aspect and some things that you just kind of let them run in their native language, taught them some of the games that we do, and kind of learn a little bit about their style. It was really pretty fascinating, and that's been one of the nice things about this Zoom thing. We've always had it, but now we're actually using it in a different way.
Wow, yeah. That's awesome. So that's tonight. What time for the show, did you say?
8 p.m. Eastern time.
Eastern time. All right, check that out. Let's do this. Let's take a break, and we'll figure out while the break's going on which game we're going to play. I love the game that Juan brought up. Let's see if we can be successful in that. We'll be right back. It is Faith Talk Live. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
Stay right there. Hey, it's Faith Talk Live. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
Hey, it's 2 for Tuesday, and we're so glad it is. It's Whit Schiller and Juan DeVivo here, both of them with Fish Sticks Comedy, an improv group. They're shaking the planet, if you will. Of course, Juan is a part of Casting Crowns, and but specifically, we're going to talk about the improv. Now, tonight is the night that you can catch them doing some of their stuff, and we'll get with Whit in a second to remind us where, when, and how.
Don't mind us. We're having fun.
Yeah, I noticed that.
We're shaking it up. We're shaking it up for us.
Shaking us.
Oh, okay. Is that my turn? That's my cue.
Sorry, I should have pointed the finger.
I'm sorry. I'm so enamored by Juwan's hat in the background that I just can't stop looking at it.
It's a sun
picturing Juwan with it on. But
I use it to trim the begonias in the back.
Oh, it's when you go outside. Yeah. Keeps you from getting sunburned, I see. All right, so let's play this game, which is called Stories. Is that correct?
Yeah, we just call it Story. And as Juwan said, it's a conducted story. The conducted part of it means that you're going to have someone, the MC for the game, who is going to determine who is telling the story at the time. So if we got the three of you, we'll do Dan, you will be number 1. Rick will be number 2, and Juwan will be number 3. So okay. I'll be the MC for this. And so if I'm holding up 1, you're the person who is telling the story, Dan, until I change it up. And if I go to 3, then Juwan picks it up right where you left off. Mid-word, mid-syllable, mid-schwa-yi, whatever it is. And we continue through. Sometimes the breaks are pretty precise, but I'll try to go easy on you guys.
Gotcha.
Is that like feng shui? I'm not sure.
Similar, but not at all.
Oh, okay.
So the what we normally might ask for as a title is sort of a story that's never been written, but let's just go with Dan's Day at the Beach, because we all wonder what Dan's beach experience is like. So why don't we try to figure some of that out? All right.
Okay.
All right. Let's give it a shot. Here we go.
Well, I'm at the beach, and just the other day I was walking along, and I happened upon a shell. And so I thought, well, I'm going to pick it up. Inside that shell
was a picture of Dan's mother. And it happened that at one time his mother and dad had visited that beach, and they decided to have a baby.
And when they did that, they decided, what's a greater way for us to remember our time here than to stuff a picture?
Snap a picture with an old Polaroid that happened to wash up on shore. My gracious.
And I thought, what in the world? Who uses Polaroids anymore? Those haven't been around since 19-something.
Something. And that's when I decided, man, this is a mystery.
It is a mystery, but all of a sudden there was a shark that stood up on its fin and
and started telling
No,
jokes.
hold on. So it's not a clean break. So at this point, we would normally give some sort of consequence here. I probably would have stopped where we're deciding to make babies on the beach. I mean, that is really we're starting to drift a little bit right there.
Yeah.
But
Get it? Drift. Ocean. I got it.
That's right. So, kind of consequence we might give you is an accent, Rick. So I'm going to enforce for the rest of this story. We'll move forward a few pages, but you have to do this in a French accent.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
So do we need to get to an end? I mean, a finale, or how do we do this?
Well, I will cut it off when it needs to be cut off. We may not get to an end, but we will.
Well, frankly, you should have cut it off in the beginning, but that's a whole nother.
Now, is Rick the only French accent, or is everybody doing French?
Oh, it sounds like you'd like one. Okay, so
no, I'm just asking.
Your accent now is Swedish, Dan.
Oh,
yeah.
Dan loves Swedish.
And Juan can't use the letter S.
Good luck with that, Juan.
Thank you, Juan.
All right, here is chapter 2.
Well, what happened then was a seagull flew overhead and then dropped its calling card right on.
And the calling card was, please call me, I'm a seagull. All things are mine.
So,
that's your first letter, Juan. Was an S. Your first letter.
That was funny.
All right, so
I'm sitting here going, seagull. Okay, bird. I gotta say bird.
Yeah, he set you up.
Yeah,
he set you up. All right, so now I'll give you a different consequence. We'll finish up. I just want to hear more of Rick's French and Dan's Swedish. So we're gonna give you. Let's see how you do with a Wisconsin accent.
Ooh.
Okay.
Wisconsin.
Oh, Juan.
It's almost Swedish.
It is almost Swedish, actually.
So we're still on the beach in this story, right?
We are, but now we're in the final chapter.
Oh, thank God.
And begin.
Went down there, and then the bird almost. I thought it was maybe something at first. I thought it was like a duty, but then I picked it up and it was like.
It wasn't a duty, no. It was some Swiss cheese, yeah, because he likes the Swiss cheese.
I forgot my accent, but it wasn't Swiss cheese. It was caviar. What would it look like? Do caviar. It is almost the same thing. So what happened was we found a piece of bread and we started putting it on the bread and we ate it and we had such a good time. And the fingers must change quickly, please.
All right, there we go. I think that's good.
For a minute there, you sounded a bit like Cheech and Chong, but I think you went back into the French. That was good. I like that.
The 70s weren't good for me. They just keep coming back, almost like the 80s. We're talking with Whit Schiller, Fish Sticks Comedy, and Juan DeVivo there as well. Casting Crowns, he's a part of those guys. They've had a short run, haven't they? And now part of Fish Sticks Comedy. So we got what, Dan? A little less than 2 minutes?
About 3 minutes here.
Do we have time for another, or should we do another? Should we just talk about something else?
Maybe one short game. You got a short one, Whit?
Ooh, short one. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so if we wanted to do something that's really short, we can try a game called Scenes from a Hat.
All right.
Okay.
Scenes from a Hat is a game where we'll get a suggestion, and then you'll have to come up with quick hitter little scenes that match that suggestion. Let's try a couple of those. If you've got one, you can just go and we'll try to take turns.
Yeah, I got it.
And Juan, you can now use the letter S if you'd like. Okay. All right.
That's hard not having S, right?
Yeah,
That's right. It is. That was a difficult one. I should have been a little kinder. Okay. So your suggestion is we've just had Mother's Day, but why don't we prep for Father's Day? Things you shouldn't say to your dad.
Yikes.
Now, who starts?
Anyone can start who asks one. How about let's
Juan,
switch
you
it
go
up.
right ahead.
Yeah, let's switch it up. Let's make it. How about this instead? A bad first dates.
Bad first dates. Okay.
Okay, so we go ahead, Juan. You're the expert here.
I'm the expert. I've been doing it for a year, and I'm the expert.
No, I meant bad first dates.
Okay, here's bad first date. Hey, I'd just like to do all the talking. So until I ask you a question, you just sit there and listen to what I got to say. Is that cool? All right, here we go.
I don't believe in bathing because it keeps my skin very, very fresh and supple.
I'm into the ecology. I'm a greener, and I don't use hankies. So I tend to use my sleeves. They're rewashable.
That's lovely. Yes.
We're out here on the curb because we're just waiting for the ice cream truck to come by. We'll do that. Is that cool?
I don't know who Melania is. I don't know what you're talking about.
Come on, Dan.
Okay, I'm just enjoying y'all's. Hey, baby, I've had coronavirus 3 times. Let's get together. Yeah.
The problem with that one, Dan, it sounded like you were replaying an actual scene in your life.
Don't tell my wife.
Oh man! I tell you what. Let's do. Give one more of those, or 2 more. Whit, if you'll do one, and Juan, you'll do one. Then we'll have to go to a break.
Oh, the same topic?
Yeah.
Oh,
For the
okay,
father,
all right.
same things you don't say to your dad. Maybe that'll get us rolling.
Actually, that's a pretty good one too.
Yeah.
So stuff you don't say to your dad. Here's one. So, Dad just went around and turned all the lights on and adjusted the thermostats. Is that cool?
Sure, I'll pull your finger.
And there's the closer. There you go.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah, maybe next time we'll do the
good.
father one a little bit more. That's pretty cool. You guys are amazing. I think we should do this regularly. This was really, really fun. It would be great to get some of the other folks too, if we could pull that off, maybe.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, you
And
guys.
next time, Juan has to wear that hat. Okay, Juan.
Yeah, with no S's on.
Oh, this is worth staying for.
There you go. See,
Yes.
yeah.
See, you only get this on Zoom. You can't get this on the radio.
That's right. This is why you picked this guy to be a part of Fish Sticks, right?
Look at
there.
this on Facebook, everybody. So this helps
Look at
stop
that.
the wrinkles or sun damage, guys. That's how you stop aging.
You look
That's
like you
right.
just came from the movie Witness. You remember that movie with Harrison Ford?
Yes.
In the 80s?
Is that should I be churning butter then too? And
Yeah, you should be.
And you could refer to us all as English.
you English.
Whit Schiller and Juan DeVivo there. Whit, real quick, tonight, what time and where can folks watch you guys?
It's at 8 p.m. It's online. You would sign up at fishstickscomedy.com/online shows, and you can find all of our shows that are online. We're doing at least Tuesday, Thursdays through May. Probably going to end up doing that longer, and we'll have some special ones coming up as well. And Juan and I are playing tonight, and you can see us along the way, along with all the other fabulous sticks that we have from around the country, and soon from Tokyo, Japan.
Awesome. We think what you guys are doing is amazing. You're touching people's lives. You're very, very funny, fun to play around with. We'd love to do it again next month if we could. I think it'd be really cool. Let's go ahead and take a break. It is Tuesday, and we've got a great guest coming up in seconds. I'm Rick Probst.
One time, Dan Ratcliffe, yeah, thank you.
This is Faith Talk Live.